Hello, is the Sinister Gambino here with a new video. And in this video I'm going to be talking about what I think will happen with the horse track with the casino DLC, as well as like horses and stuff relating to the horse track as well. So to start off, do I think the horse track's going to be removed when the casino gets updated? Honestly, it's quite hard to say, really, because we haven't really had an update that like majorly changed the landscape of the game. There's of course been like bunkers and stuff, but those get placed on top of like ground that was already in the game, of course. And then the arena, it just had like props added to it and stuff. However, the casino I could see is like a whole like redesign sort of, though it would cause some confliction with what goes on currently into the game, which I'll describe like right now. So to start off, at the beginning I decided to call my like helicopter, and the racetrack, the problem with it is it's a big spawn for like helicopters and airplanes. Now, of course, what they could do is take out the spawn, of course, if they completely take out the racetrack, since I don't think it would make sense to be able to spawn a helicopter or airplane at that point. And, of course, there's a lot other spawns that they can have, of course. But in my opinion, from what I've been able to tell, the city area of the game doesn't really have much like spawns for that type of stuff. There's like the storm drain and the beach mainly in the sites for that. Don't really know of much locations in like the city area, unless you have to like go up more to like the countryside, of course. And then, as seen in the gameplay right now, I'm doing that at the races, which was a race which came out, I'm pretty sure, like when the current generation come out, since it has a 30 player limit, which is impossible in the last gen, so it must have came out with the current generation. So maybe what they could do with that, if they were to take away the horse track, is maybe it would like reset to the old revision, just because it's a race and it's kind of like its separate like server or whatever. That could be a possibility as far as I know. And then I think the biggest like confliction, if they were to take out the racetrack, is there's an import-export source mission where you have these like vehicles racing around the racetrack. That's the kind of important part of the game, actually, import-export, of course, since it's like a business you have to do in the free mode, of course. So of course they could remove that like specific import-export mission, because that same mission can be done in like the airport in the Sandy Shores airfield, I know for a fact. It's like the one where, yeah, I said it's like the one where you go through like the racetrack and all the vehicles are racing, and there's like a very specific one you have to steal, but they're all like the same vehicle, just different colors. If anyone knows what I'm talking about there. And then I really don't have much more to say on the racetrack, but I will say apparently people are speculating that a thing of like go-kart racing would be cool for the racetrack, where of course you race on the racetrack with go-karts. That would be a great way to bring back the go-kart from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Pretty sure it was a beta vehicle for when the game was coming out, but it didn't make the final cut of the game, of course, as far as I remember from on GTA Wiki. And speaking of that, I'm going to be going into like leaks and like, I think like 8 seconds or so of audio I was able to find as well for like horses. And yeah, this whole video was speculative, by the way, so hopefully I didn't confuse people and like they think this has like much validity, aside for the fact that there's a lot of like beta stuff relating to like horses and stuff. And with the main discussion of the horse track out of the way, I want to focus on the horses now, of course. So of course they're the main transport option pretty much for Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, which are 2 other Rockstar titles, of course, and even Red Dead Revolver in some extent. However, the way they can be connected with the casino DLC, the horses, could be the inside track betting, of course, which was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They were actually their own facilities, however, instead of like being connected to the casino for that game. Yeah, they could use like mechanical horses on like a machine, of course, inside track betting. However, I think it would definitely be a better opportunity to actually add them into the game as like actual like drivable like animals, of course. That would be pretty damn cool, of course. So, for those people who want like in-game evidence that suggests the horses were beta when in Grand Theft Auto 5, of course, just watch like a couple of the different like TV things. For example, I'm pretty sure this is Fame or Shame. There was a act where someone like hit a horse with like a baseball bat or something on this image I have on the screen right now. And then I believe there's also a couple other TV stations as well that had horses on them for the game. So yeah, there's already models technically in the game in the form of like TV shows and stuff. Obviously, of course, these were more geared towards Red Dead Redemption, of course, since I don't think there was any sort of announcement, of course. Yeah, there was definitely no announcement at this time that this would have been made for Red Dead Redemption 2. However, since of course we have the current generation now, I wonder if they could actually make horses more towards Red Dead Redemption 2 now for Grand Theft Auto Online. Or because it's like a port from like the last generation, sort of, for Grand Theft Auto 5, I wonder if it would actually have to be more towards normal, like Red Dead Redemption original, of course. Personally, if I were to take a guess, however, the horses will probably be more closer to Red Dead Redemption, in my opinion, than Red Dead Redemption 2. Just because, just imagine if they were to like put fully like detailed horses and whatnot like in Red Dead Redemption 2 for Grand Theft Auto Online, of course. Would there be much of a reason to get Red Dead Redemption 2? Like, they're probably wanting to focus more on that game than GTA, of course. They gotta like build up the online more and whatnot. I just think it would take away from Red Dead Redemption 2 if they did like as detailed of horses and stuff. I definitely would think for sure that would probably be between the effort put in Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, so I think it's gonna be like right in the middle of them. At the best would be my guess. And of course, since they've worked on the horses before for this game, they could just be lazy and like use most of the assets they've already created from so many years ago. I believe like the discovery of like the horse files and like the game files and whatnot were like 2014 or something. So of course a lot can change in a few years. Speaking of the game files, I want to let you all listen to about 10 seconds of audio files for horses that were discovered in Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm pretty sure on the last generation would be my guess.
Riding a black horse, riding a white horse, on a dark colored horse, on a light colored horse.
So there you go, that's a few audio files suggesting that horses at one point were meant to be like rideable animals in the game back on like the last generation. And for those confused, those audio files are like police scanners, which are like the audio that the police make like right when you like get a wanted level and whatnot. And for the final thing I want to really be talking about on here, I want to connect the horses with how it would further suggest that Martin Madrazo would be the most likely candidate of the people that I talked about that had audio files suggesting about the casino video on the casino DLC with the like last casino DLC video I made that did not have official information, or I had like the speculative stuff at the end of So I'll be talking about that for the rest of the video. So as for how exactly horses tie into Martin Madrazo potentially being the most likely candidate for leading the casino, if there were to be like horses added with this update, he simply has like about every single picture in his La Fuerte Blanca mansion is of like a horse in some way, shape, or form. And of course, in addition to that, there's all the other reasons I've mentioned in like previous videos. And Rockstar, if you're listening to this, if you keep the horse track like as it is pretty much, but you don't use it, that would mean like half the fucking casino space would be like unused. Like, no. Like, I'm pretty sure the horse track takes like at least half of the fucking casino area right now. So it'd just be a very big missed opportunity if they weren't to use the horse track any further in a dedicated casino DLC, as far as we know it so far. Even if they were to do like go-kart races that people are like speculating about, mentioned, it would be at least using the fucking, it would at least use the fucking horse track for sure. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed.